There we go. At this time, we'll call the regular county commission meeting order. Sir, if I have a quorum, consider approving the minutes.
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nothing on your agenda.
We got a visitor though.
Yeah.
Mike, you got something for us?
Yes, I do.
All right, bring her on.
Up here so I can hear you too. It's, of course, on the road. Okay, and I don't know if it was week before last or the week before that. Grader came down Hartford Road on Dixon side, I'll say. Cause I was up on the hill on Tuesday, drove down through there, drove all the way out, never touched the road. Now, it did grade the roads from there to the truck port, I'll say, on the side that I could see, you know. Friday, it drove in from the other end up through there and back out and graded down the hill maybe 200 yards. I've seen it go by. So that road's about 5 miles. Are we using motor graders to go out and check these damn roads? I mean, why are we spending that much money? And then the next week, I can't tell you what day that was, it came down and graded right down by the barn about 100 yards. What?
Was it fixing just wash out, or as the place is washed out where he was at, or?
Well, there wasn't nothing, you know, down on, to start with down through there. And they're grading the road out and putting it on the side. So the road's a ditch now. You go down through there and that's the, I don't know, you've been down through there, you know, where the barn's at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
That runoff runs in past there, not the low water crossing. It runs down that road from damn near all the way down through there. That's the flat area. They graded that road down. The side of the road is where they graded to. I've lived there since '66. And if you pull that dirt back in the dang road, the road will get higher than the shoulder does. It's, I don't know what needs to be done, but
A lot of people want that stuff pulled to the road, but then when you leave it in there, you driving through mud.
well,
People,
then you need to put rock on it.
yeah,
You don't, you're putting a Band-Aid on something instead of fixing it. You know, I don't know how else to say that, but it's just, you run over the top of it and you don't, you know, yeah, it looks good to start with, but the next car that runs over it knocks the chug hole out. And on top of the hill, it's getting so dang rough, you can't hardly drive through it again. And how come, and I'll use hometown as a perfect example, and I've thought this before. Out there, the lower driveway, the water runs out right across the road. They need a culvert in there. And, you know, as far as I understand, in the county rules, regulations, if they don't do it, you put it in and then put it on their taxes and charge them for it. So I don't know if Charlie Hamilton's got that much pull with you boys or not, but I mean, why ain't the culverts in there?
he ain't got no pull with me.
Well,
I mean, is that the way it is, Gene, or do you know? I always thought if there wasn't a culvert in their driveway, they bought the first one, and then after that, it was on the county.
That's what I'm
Correct. That's
saying.
the way it works.
But if they don't buy it, you know, that, well, I ain't gonna
Are you
buy it.
talking about where he put in
Then
all
you
them?
put it in and charge them for it on their taxes.
Are you talking where he put all them things in over there?
Oh, yeah,
He had all that done before anybody knew it, I heard.
yeah.
They went to him, was it Lenny at that time? I think it was.
Yeah, it's a mess right
I
there.
could still cut it out.
Yeah, I will.
And on down the road, on down side, the ditch, again, is higher than the road, so it runs back out into the road, cuts the ditch across. And then at the next house past that, the culvert keeps plugging up and it runs out in front of it and cuts the road out. I mean, you can drive down there, there's a ditch that deep in front of the culvert. They got two driveways, but
Keep cutting the ditch in it.
it, you know, you guys need to clean them culverts out, clean them ditches out. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good way to do it right there. Just cut a ditch in there and then whenever they finally come, he can buy a culvert and you can put it in.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what I've had to do to a couple people. I said, you have to put a culvert in, and they didn't, so we just sit the grader down there, cut a ditch in it, and
well,
I'll go to him and ask him to buy one. If he don't, I'll give him a drainage.
But
I
that's
don't
what I
have
say,
a
just put a ditch across it. I mean,
I don't have a problem with it.
it's, yeah, I
It'll
mean,
wear out before I do.
The best one was right up from that when they put a culvert across right to that guy's shed.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of these old roads that
oh,
need
I
work.
understand.
but
I know.
Have you, I mean, I ask the good Lord about every day, what have I done? The first 4 months, it's, well, you know what the weather forecast is the next 3 or 4 days.
And again, well,
It,
I'm on my bitch mode down at the river. You know, that road gets rough down there. And they put gravel on, and it's good, don't get me wrong, when it really got bad. But there's no point in putting rock on it now and trying to fix it until the spring floods are over with. They put it on there and the next week it comes back and washes off again. It's, you know, make it where you can drive across. There's only two residents down there,
yeah,
you know. They can get out. I mean, it's not like it's, you know, but anyway,
yeah, I'll get something done with it.
I guess.
I'll go to him this afternoon and approach him about a pipe. I'll go look at it, see what it needs, and I'll tell him to get us one. If he don't, I'll just put a ditch across.
Well, that's what I said, you know. But anyway, I guess I'm done bitching. That's all I gotta be. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We got someone else. You have something, ma'am? Come on up.
Okay,
Vicky White's.
that's it.
How are
Vicky
you?
White's on Bob White Road and on Derelict Road, which you call Basin Road. Okay. Oh, so you've been there. Our Basin Road, and I know you're all bogged down. Basin Road is in terrible shape from the end of DD all the way to Bob White Road and where Bob White Lane crosses. I know you have a thing called, I don't know the terminal name. It's a rock buster. And that's what that hill needs that comes down to the Carver place. Because there's at least 3 places there. If you bust those rocks up, that would help that hill immensely. But the ditches are rolling over into the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's like a creek bed.
Yeah, I plowed the snow off of it. The left side going down, it's wide and deep.
I was gonna say, it's almost
Yeah,
another road for us. Yep.
I know,
Yeah.
I know about it.
So
Yeah.
any help, and now it's to the point because the ditches need cleaning. As you come on up past the creek area and around the bend, we got a big old hump there. And then you come across that other area that has the, I guess, culvert or whatever you want to call it, that concrete was put in. As you come to the top, because of the ditches being full, it has come across the road. That area was always great, but 2 rains does it in.
I know it.
Yep, 2 rains does it in. But I know I had talked to the road people 3 times, and she said that you're really bogged down, and she couldn't give me a time or where we were in the pecking order. And the other thing I want to know, I know you're working on having this part of our road turned back over to where it was probably 6 years ago. I know there's paperwork involved. I don't know who you have to put it into. Does it have to go to the state capitol? What does it have?
Are you talking about Kevin and I switching it from an east side road to a west?
Exactly, to where it isn't so hard for Kevin to bring his equipment all the way over from his area to this little bitty area that's
I'll give
closer to
a
you.
rundown on this.
We've
talked
discussed
about
it.
Yeah.
I know you have, Andy, and you've done great. Yeah.
So where we're at in it is, I mean, we just went through our whole state map testing and all, or not, that's not the correct word, but anyway, with our card monies. And, right now, I mean, we're sitting at it. I've got, and we've got exactly the same number of roads, mileage roads. And so we've talked about, you know, if I take in these roads, that's 9 miles. And if, you know, then we've talked to Kevin taking in some more, you know, and so then that has to go to Dave, and it has to be done before a certain amount of time, before an election. So the people, and so, but anyway, I mean, we're in discussion of it.
Okay.
And so,
I didn't know if there was.
it doesn't have to go to the state capitol.
Okay, well, I didn't know if we as taxpayers are part
No.
of being part of that road, residents, if there's anything that we could do to assist. that we'd be happy to, because there's other people besides myself that aren't here today.
Before there was a handshake, Ricky took care of it
Yeah.
for a long time, and then somebody wanted it back. I think it was the one before Lenny.
Yeah.
He wanted it back.
It's been passed around just like back and forth and.
But it needs to be done.
That's a quagmire.
Yeah, it needs
It
to be
is.
done correctly.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
it
put
does.
All the way around to it.
Yeah,
needs-
it
needs
really
to
makes
be
it
done
tough on, yeah.
correctly. And there's, I mean, we've got the same thing out in Lakeway, in that
Oh.
area. We've got a east side road next to a west side road, and they're not convenient for either one of us,
Mhm.
but I mean, you know.
It
it's
is what
just-
it is.
It's just the way they're divided up, and so we're trying to look at a way of,
They're divided up by people, not voters.
yeah,
Mhm,
That's how it's divided up.
mhm.
by population.
By population. Well, I know that we're not a large populated area. And this is our choice of living there, but it really, this is the worst it's ever been. I mean, it's really bad.
I think
And I
the
did-
worst rains we've ever had.
It is, well, as far as so, I mean, it backed up one to another, you know?
Yeah, it's
You didn't have time to finish cleaning up from the first one to the second
clear
one. I
today and rain the
understand that,
next
yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
300 some people different, but the way the state had me do it made it 70 people different. But I had it set up where they wouldn't have to go around on that one. There was one over here. I had it all switched around where one side did it,
Mm-hmm.
but they told me it was too far off in population.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, Amy, I know, I think you've come in at least 2 to 3 times when we've really been in dire straits to get it straightened out, to help out. You guys have switched off stuff. But like I said, I wanted to address it because it's been like 3 to 4 weeks now. And I was hoping that something could be done. When you get to go 2 to 5 miles on a road, that's pretty bad. And Jim's had surgery, and that was really fun coming in Thursday. And that's the shortest way. That other way, coming in off of Bob White all the way, you still run into some areas that are bad. But you've got like 5.5 miles compared to 2 miles. So anyway, just really wanted to bring it. I know you know about it, but I just wanted
I'll
to
get
voice
something
my
done.
opinion. Okay, appreciate it.
What kind of surgery
Thank-
Jim had?
He back,
Oh,
yeah,
that's-
yeah. And as you know, when you're
Oh,
going
yeah,
down the
that's-
road, that really feels, yeah.
I bet, yeah. that's
Yeah,
no good.
it's not fun, no.
You guys need help with something.
I thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Uh-huh.
Y'all have a good day. Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Y'all need anything to do today?
No, thank you, sir.
All
Need you
right.
to do an unrain dance and stop the rain.
Yeah. You might be asking for it.
Yeah.
When you did your miles for cart money, your roads came up pretty close to even.
Mhm.
Yeah, just as a comparison, Eastern District has 17,854 registered voters. Western District has 8,900.
Yeah,
So the miles are equal.
the population's up.
Well, registered voters.
Yeah.
Registered voters.
Yeah.
So,
See, when I originally did it off population, off the census, that's off registered. Big
Yeah.
difference.
I'll tell you what, the east and the west side has never been, he's more on the laid back county side of it. Over here, we've got stuff that the county's got that don't need to be county.
Well, and we got,
It's city,
we got a lot more gravel.
it's horrible.
It's all the places St. Robert didn't want.
Yeah.
Well, St. Robert tried to pull up a few of them down there, Tampa and all them, the people didn't want it. They tried to pull in that back half back there, couldn't get the people to go.
Yeah, that's
Now, the people over in Ridge Creek went for it.
it was easy, everybody tried. I know, and I know everybody's pains. I mean, I do. I drove around this county And I know, but you get one dry day and start something, you can't get it finished before it rains again, and you just, why start it if it's gonna fill it back in? I'm about to need nerve pills. The insurance cover those. Uh, Cover have an insurance.
Yeah, that's right.
You can go down there and tell if they're so. Yeah.
I will.
Made their taxes.
They got a new one out here now,
Yeah.
the barbecue. That one's county only there. Oh, no, City of Waynesville, I don't know what they're paying them.
Or that lady, her husband Jim, started down at Country Garage Doors
Mm-hmm.
a long, long time ago.
Well, we've got a nice looking John Deere dozer sitting there, all painted up pretty.
Yeah.
It almost looks brand new.
And he sold out to
Barn.
Barn, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, they got a nice farm over there.
Jim, I do probably one for him. Jim put my garage door in years ago. I was able to work on their softener.
Nice people.
Yeah,
Just past Dizzy Carver's, they're not the big slab, but the next one, the low water.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I helped him pour it.
I remember it's like the other ones that live by him is the St. Louis police officer retired.
Simpers.
Simpers, that's it. They worked for a whole bunch of them. There's a bunch of them bought property.
They still live down in there.
Oh, they got a beautiful place down there.
Yeah.
They prove, as you start down Bob White Lane, all the way down through there, the whole right side, they pretty much all bought now.
Mm-hmm.
And even back across from
They bought,
Miller's.
they bought, yeah, they bought, what was the one down there at the end of the field near in the bottom?
Oh, the one of the talents on.
Talon, they bought part of that.
They bought the right hand side.
Right hand side of it.
It's all for sale still.
The other side is owned by, who was that bought that?
Yeah, but I think talents.
Reese?
No, I think talents still on the left hand side.
Do they?
They got it for sale.
I thought he said somebody bought that down there, or maybe he was leasing it from Center.
Well, yeah,
It might be,
Circle
leasing the
C.
bottom.
yeah. Circle A bought it at one time, and then
Yeah, they got a beautiful place. They also own that one that's right by Bobby Miller that cuts off.
it goes down to the cave.
down to
the
That
the other.
cabin don't have it don't have a well down there that comes off like a cistern water.
Yeah, one of the other brothers bought that.
Yeah. He brought his whole filing cabinet with him.
No wonder he was limping.
Injured my foot over the weekend, nothing big.
I ran into General Flowers. Haven't seen him. She's been almost 30 or 20 some years.
That's the week they shoot.
Would you fall on the stairs?
No.
Harass them. No police cars yet? They'll be 2 years old before we get them.
Sure, do you have any updates on the Highway 133 wreck yet?
No, we don't.
Oh, one of these days we can get it to where we can just send a grader down the road and one guy can take care of the whole road instead of having to send a grader, backhoe and a skid steer and a dump truck down through there to clean these ditches out. It's always been a problem. When you pull it out and it's mud, there ain't nowhere to go with it other than back in the ditch. And you gotta have 4 guys out there instead
If
of
you leave
one.
a rock bigger than that in the road, you get in trouble.
I know it. And I know all about crowning the road and watching it. I mean, but yeah, pull that stuff out of the ditch and put it in the road.
You have something to work with first.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen the one Ricky did over here.
these roads need a lot of
That was a long way down.
cleaning.
He put that great big old rock in the ditches.
That's the worst thing FEMA could ever have
Well,
done.
good, it rides good now.
my guys want it, we've been pulling it back out. It fills in, then you can't pull the ditches.
Yeah.
You can't grade them marbles. I mean, once you get them in the ditch, I mean,
You can't pull your ditch, put them back out on the road and then put them,
But it was getting so much erosion going on through there, you had to do something.
you know. Yeah, we've been packing those spots, mixing a little rock and packing them with clay.
yeah,
And that clay holds a lot better. than
that's
that.
what I'm gonna do with them.
It gets real wet.
Well, no, I'm talking about the ditches. I'm not
Oh,
talking
the
about
ditch.
the roads.
Oh.
I'm talking about filling in the erosion parts of that clay and.
If you ever did have to pull the ditch, I mean, at least you could put it on the road and use it.
Yeah. If it's full of leaves, mud.
You get leaves wadded up and trying to grade, yeah.
And people don't, I mean, them road graders weigh 50,000 pounds. You get them over on a soft shoulder, they do more damage than,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
You don't have to cut the ditch because the tire gonna make it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll dry up one of these days.
I won't have no fingernails left. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, once you get through, it's gonna be the dry season. Now you gotta put water on to work it.
I've got a guy called me 2 days ago, 3 days ago. He's kind of in the same area Mike lives on, and he said, need to do something about the water. It's running off of the county road down through my property, and it's not my underpinning out from under my mobile home. The road's here and the house is here. Well, I mean,
There's one of them just,
Water's gonna find a way.
there's one just past Harper to the right. You go down through there, it comes up an automobile dealership over here. The guy put a bunch of stuff in the ditch and it washed out underpinning handicap ramp, everything, just put gravel and everything down.
You know, over the years, a lot of these people that's built these areas, they didn't, all they was worried about was the Benjamins, and they didn't care nothing about, just leave it for the county.
Mhm.
Now we're stuck with it, and it wasn't ever designed right to start
Well,
with.
your commissioners back then were developed.
Yeah, yeah. It gets frustrating.
There were a few that weren't, but, well, your dad was. Trying to think the ones that went. I think the ones over there, that chair was all hooked up to them, though, so
Yeah.
they got to do what they want. They're making all that money here in St. Robert area. Oh, I don't. They asked me, like, this built to the specs, go talk to them. Then they'll tell you yes or no. Well, I want to build the specs, they ain't gonna take it. So when you give it to people you're building on, Joe.
Yeah.
Then you get some of them do it the right way.
Yeah, it don't cost much more to try to do it the right way than the wrong way. It'll come out in the long run.
Say the road goes through there, they never do it. Till somebody
I
buys
think I've
it,
got another one.
then you gotta do it.
It,
So if they're off of, what is the road,
Hey, guys, come on up before you sit down.
You guys are busy.
No,
I had a question to ask.
okay.
Uh, At Deer Lake Baptist Church, that one ditch that runs through there. Whether we've had this spring, it has stopped it up big time with a pile of leaves, probably just, I can't get to it this year. Just gonna ask next time the road guys are out, if they clean that out maybe.
or is it on robot or reporter?
A reporter, yeah,
Okay.
it's just,
oh, they're at the corner.
yeah, from there. You'll see it, it's definitely.
Okay. And it's on the asphalt part.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. I'll get them out there and get it cleaned out.
Okay. The low side of that culvert might, on that gravel drive might be hit a little bit, but you can't miss that pile in front. This year, I don't think I
That's
can.
on the one way.
Well, we
one-way
was
road.
just talking about that right before you walked in.
Yeah, that's my leaves.
I'm bringing bad news.
That's on the one-way roadside, ain't it?
No, my street's one way, but the part there in front of the church and the other side of the culvert, that's the two.
Oh,
ways.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, we was talking, rain the next 4 days and everybody's coming in for drainage.
I know we've been dry and we need it, but it needs spaced out just a little bit, come slow. So,
Yeah.
but it's Missouri.
It is. You
Just wait a day, it'll change.
that's right. Yeah. Might snow next week.
I appreciate it, gentlemen.
I've got it down here. I'll get it cleaned out.
I swear, I've tried to do it, so but this year I don't think I can.
You guys doing the the tax freeze paperwork while you're here too?
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess I'm old enough now.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this way today, it'll change.
Gentlemen, thanks.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
have a good day.
Take care of yourself.
I will.
Have a good day, guys.
It's not dry enough to burn it. Yeah. Mother Nature knows.
I got a burn ban on it.
I thought time is going good. Chief would show up with his fire hose.
Exactly. Just like my, they're sticking in that culvert.
Just
below
clean
all
that
the
out.
true.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get them there in a hurry.
See them old boys, how they do it over in India, and they just, I think it's India. Where they get all stuffed up with the mud and
They
stuff.
pull them tires through it.
Tires.
Pull them tires
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, our luck here, though, they pull a culvert and all that.
Exactly.
There ain't nothing hold the culvert.
Just clean your cable through first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I've always tried to figure out.
Yeah, how they got that.
they got
chain
that
through
big long pole on there and they put that cable on it and run it through and unhook it.
They run it through, there's like a fiberglass, chimney, cleaning rod, and run the cable through there and then hook and pull it through. The State Department's got a tool, and I don't know where they got it or what it's called, but it's 3-inch heavy wall, square tubing, about 3-foot sections that just, you can add one to it, but it's got different size spades that go on the end of it. It looks like a boat anchor when it's flared out,
Mhm.
but it's for like 12, 15, 18-inch pipe. And when you plunge it in there and go to pull it back out, then the fins open up and it drags all the material back out. Then when you shove it in, it's a bullet point. It goes in and pull it back out, and you can keep plunging it and keep adding sections to it until you get it completely through the other side of the pipe. I don't know what it cost or where they got it, but the bad thing about it, it'd work perfect, and it does on galvanized pipe, but when you go to use it on these plastic with them ribs in it that it can catch, it'll probably pull the pipe out. So good and bad.
And you gotta have plenty of room to get the backhoe set
Yeah,
up in
you've
there
gotta-
and everything too.
Tires free.
There you go.
I put that new brush cutter that we bought, I put a blower on the front of it. And I mean, it's what they basically use to dry the NASCAR tracks and everything with too. Yeah, I tell you what, it'll blow it. You can't do it at a residence, but if you're out on the county road and it'll blow the leaves out of the ditch. It'll
Really?
yeah. Yeah, you can adjust it, turn the head. But as he's cutting brush, he can blow the brush off the road and stuff, but
I got a jetter you can jet it out with. It makes the sewer line look brand new. It's messy. It works. Yeah, it spins on the end, the water does. It shoots 5 sprays backward, 2 forward. So it cuts its way in. As you get it in, it's spinning, it clears it wall to wall. You have to get a bigger one for the bigger pipes.
I want to get it over to Hunter's Point, blow the pea gravel off the road too.
But you can get the
You can turn
sewer
it down
system
where
better,
it blow
the
it.
bigger
It
one.
won't be blowing through people's
It's
windows.
got the big tank of water on it. You can run them through there. Always thought about, they're always used for sale. Get one of them because it's got the big tank of water. It's on a trailer.
Yeah.
Just back it up to it and run that jetter through there. Get about 5,000 PSI. Boy, she'll just work its way through there.
I wish we had something to,
But whoever has it better be.
Manly enough.
yeah.
No, it's not. It does it on its own.
What's the, your oil price or whatever
Oh.
else you guys?
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey, I might as well put it out here since I put it out at the courthouse and everywhere, but there's a sheriff sale on Thursday, May 22nd, 12 o'clock noon in front of the, Facebook land, in front of the courthouse. For a piece of property. 17788 Resort Road in Crocker. 14 acres, house.
Is it on the river?
No, but there's a picture of the map, I put a picture of the
1788.
17788 Resort Road in Crocker.
For people who don't know, can explain what the sheriff's sale is.
It's a sale from the sheriff.
Explain, not repeat.
This is property that the courts have ruled, the judge has ruled that needs to be sold, to make up for, it could be anything from liens, from, loans. This is a dispute, between the owners, so the judge has decided to put it up for sale for one of the owners, the plaintiff. And,
whatever money's made from that, then they can repay the debt or, to free up the property for one of the owners or the other. I don't, whoever buys it.
Thank you, sir. How many acres?
I believe it's 12. That corner piece?
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yes. This will be my first sheriff's sale without the assistance of any attorney, so
Have to be built where?
in front of the courthouse right here. Yep.
May 22nd.
Hmm?
May 22nd.
May 22nd. The ad will be in the Dixon Pilot.
Where's that from? Yeah.
Resort rental.
I was trying to pull it up and won't let me.
Acres is saying 12.
There it is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Down there by the water access.
Yeah, it's got a mobile home on it. Yeah.
That's your widget.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep, I know where that one's at. Yep, it's Splits Mill right there, yep, the golf course.
Yeah, I know about that place.
Mhm. Yep, that's the place. I believe that is the place.
I think so, yeah. It's been on, yeah,
I don't know.
that's kind of,
I know it's right there off 133, right across from Splits Mill.
yeah.
That was a good old road. All that new blacktop when Ricky was here, someone put cable right down the middle of it. Ricky goes, you ain't gonna believe what they did. I looked at it. To get a hold of the company and tell them we're gonna re-asphalt the whole road and they will be billed for it. They come out and tried to fix it. We still went ahead and did it, charged them for it.
Yeah,
But I went right down the middle of the road. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It was probably one of the better blacktop roads out that way at the time.
we've had them drop a ripper before and go right to a pot, culvert. And lay their line, just pull it right through the middle of it.
That happens in these cities all the time. They're putting in your cable line from the pole to the house, they'll run it right through the sewer line. They'll just rip it. The one of them hooked the gas line. You probably had that happen many times.
So that telephone company, that's the gas line.
Yeah, yeah, it's a telephone.
Like 2 or 3 places.
Yep. Then I had one that marked it out there. Well, where they marked, there was nothing nowhere close to it. I mean, not even within 15 feet. The telephone company went over here and down this way. They said, oh, no, it comes right through here. Called them up and said, hey, your line's 15 feet from your marking. What? No, yeah, it is. Come fix it.
I seen a local fence company one time, they had a fence line marked and they didn't all dig right. They dug like 16 or 18 holes and got to the very last one. When they pulled the auger out, they had a fiber optic line around it. And they covered in every hole that was cut, 8 foot, every hole down through the.
My brother in Rolla did one 2 weeks ago, rode and rooted a sewer. He pulled the cable out of the house. They went through the sewer in between to clean out the house. They went through there with the cable. They cut right. The cable was actually laying in the center of the pipe when he brought his cutter in from the sewer in. He pulled it, pulled through the wall without the house.
Oh,
It started binding up on there and jerking. He sent me a picture of it. It's like a crazy big old mess. Bunch of cables on the end of the sewer line. I got a picture of it. I couldn't believe it.
Uh-oh. Pulled the TV through the wall.
You don't see this. There it is. Oh. There's parts of it after he cut it off.
oh.
He just wadded out. There's the two jacks on the outside of the house, you know, where it comes up and then it splits, a splitter.
Yeah.
Splitter and all was pulled in there. I'm like, oh my God. Here it is. Part of it on his cable.
Yeah.
That's the newest one. They got a shower on this side and a bathtub on this side. I go, why you got electric in the middle of the shower wall right there above the shower? And you got a telephone jack? Are they putting a TV right above their tub? Yep. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. Someone slams the door, TV falls off down in the tub. Oh, geez. Can't make that stuff up. They don't even have anything there to hold it. No Duba 12s or anything to secure it to. I'm out. I'm out. Exactly. Sign right here. Sign right here. I'm not allowed for this one.
Take a picture of this and watch video meeting.
Oh, I took a picture of it. I did. There ain't a block there for holding any kind of weight. Knowing them, they're gonna put a great big, you know what? People are not gonna put a little TV in there. They're gonna fill the wall with it where they can watch TV.
When 55 comes on.
Yeah.
Walmart for $1.99.
Yeah. And then that 120 volt come through the water, through the tub. Lights flicker. You know that thing fell in the neighborhood. Whenever all the lights flickered in the neighborhood, oh, the TV must fell. Yeah. And stuff like that you see all the time.
I seen somebody had water coming out of a wall receptacle and said, should I call a plumber or electrician?
Yeah. I had one on Y Highway. Get over there and a lady had a leak down. She goes, well, I'm smelling sewer gases and this and that. And I go in the crawl space. She had new siding put on her house, but she had a gas water heater in that crawl space. And the vent come up and went through out the house. Well, I guess when the siding guy come, he cut the vent off. I go, have you been sick? She goes, I've been sick for the last 2 years. They just can't figure it out. And I said, well, I can tell you what it is. I go, when did you have your siding done? She goes, well, it's been 2 years ago, about the time I started getting sick. I said, I can tell you why. I said, you need to call Goodrich. And they went over and fixed it. But yeah, I was like, and the furnace is underneath there too. That's what got me.
One wrong spark.
Wonder if she's even alive. Yeah. I'll never forget that house. Every time I drive by it, I just shake my head and look. I told her, ma'am, I fixed your leak, but I can't fix that. You need to call the professional to run it out. You need to get it done as soon as possible. Yeah, one of them older houses on White Highway, they went where the, right below the floor, between the floor joists and drilled the pipe, went outside and vented out the water heater. When they redid the siding, they cut it all off in there, but all siding, it vented to the crawl space. You guys probably seen that a lot over the years.
You said it's amazing the stuff you see.
Oh, it is. I'm telling you,
You can't
just,
write it, you can't make it up.
now I could write a book one day and I'd fill the book with crazy stuff. I'm just telling you, the people come along and make their money and go, but they don't know how they leave the person when they leave. That lady, she goes, I've been sick. I said, well, I guess you're going to get better once you get that fixed. You'll start to heal up. I looked at the furnace. Furnace was like where that washer was. The water heater was here and the wall to the outside was right here. It just kind of went up. I said, first off, they get a 90 right there. It wasn't a vent free. It wasn't a power vent. So what is it? Every 3 feet, you can't have more than a 45 or something like that. I'm trying to remember what the city codes are like that. I mean, you can do it, but I don't get into that. I stay away from that. Right. Where it comes off the water heater, you got was it 3 feet or 2 feet before it could make a turn. Any kind of.
Run into one the other day, they just took their afterburner off the water heater. Right to the.
Well, I had over here in Waynesville, I give a bid on a power bit. That's what they had. They go, oh, we got one done cheaper. Oh, we got one done for a third of the price. Then I get a call from the realtor that had the rental house. I get over there and I went, oh my God. There was a power vent that went up 9 feet. It had like 12-foot ceilings, went up 9 feet, PVC 3. They hooked the vent to a standard gas water heater. No power vent. It went up, turned and went over out the house. If you look at it, all the white pipe was gray and black. And when I crawled up this ladder and looked after the 90, it had collapsed down from the heat. The PVC is rated for 73 degrees. But on a power vent, it puts the air in there and you can move it. But not off a standard water heater. You can't touch that pipe. It's that hot. No.
You can't see it has to be double wall.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the craziest. I had to replace 30 feet of PVC that was damaged from I stacked it all up in the new water heater there in the corner. That's between your maintenance span and the realtor that approved it. When they told me I got outbid by 3 times the money, I'm like, I was cheap. I mean, I only made $300 on it. So I can tell you right now, it couldn't have been a power vent. Unless they found an old used one they put in there. No, it was a brand new one from Lowe's. They had put in there. I called the building inspector over there and had him. I wanted it all written down.
They break a natural gas water heater and said, well, this water heater's cheaper. Yeah, but.
Years ago, you could change the orifice on them, couldn't you? Not anymore. It's all slide out, slide in. I don't even mess with them.
Unless it's a mobile home.
See, I don't even, if it's gas water heater, I don't touch them. I refuse. I don't. I'll hook up the water heater now, but the gas and the vent has to be done by certified so I can hook the water up. But other than that, and you guys used to offer, they would come out whenever they did the tank, they would inspect each thing, light it and all that. You don't, that's gone away anymore. You can't find anybody do it. Huh?
Put in a tax for gas.
Well, one of them, that particular water heater, when I went to undo the gas from it to replace it. As soon as I touched it, they come off my hand. That yellow corrugated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's got two clips that sit down in there where the nut pulls up and holds it. There's only one clip in there. I was like, woo.
That's the old, that's the all back.
Well, I went down and found the clip, but I told the gas company to come. You need to inspect it before you can turn any gas on, inspect it. If it's not right, do it right. I don't do that. I don't have a license for the gas in the state of Missouri, so I'm out. I get a lot of calls on people wanting gas lines run, natural gas lines run. Calling the wrong person. And then them gas ones in them mobile homes, them scare me. I ain't no way. No. Them old style that flash. You remember the ones that always flashed all the time before they got the sealed units?
Yeah.
Oh, there'd be stuff scorched all over in there. Buddy of mine in Rolla had one. It's in his house. He built his house 25 years ago. The water heater was leaking. I said, well, get another water heater. We'll hook it up and have your gas buddy come over and hook the gas up. Well, I was unhooking the water heater when I moved it off the linoleum floor. The linoleum floor was burnt black. All the way around the water heater. Burnt. It wasn't just, it was burnt. I was like, ooh. So he called his buddy that actually works for Missouri Gas. Missouri was the propane commission.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that does all the inspections on fires and stuff. He come down there. He stays with him on the weekend sometimes before he goes out. When he goes to a different area to inspect, he come by there and he's like, he called me, he goes, why didn't you hook this up? So I ain't touching it. I'm out. No. I see people do it all the time though. They'll go hook them up. I'm like, no. Next thing you know, I'll hear something on the scanner saying fire at such and such. You guys still hook them up? I know the one guy worked for you for a long time, big tall guy. He don't work there anymore, does he?
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. Joe would come by.
Iowa.
I thought he bought a piece of property there
He did.
off the end of W.
No, well, he had one out towards on the right.
Yeah, then he bought a piece of property in the W, turned right down for that bridge. Is that, what road was that? It comes out over on 7. Before you drop off the big hill there, Rochester, he bought a place, some property over there. He was telling me about it. I don't know if he built the house, was there a house there? I don't know. But he used to come along. He did all of our work years ago for you guys.
Living at mobile home across from Dad over there. Got this building down the back.
Yeah, pulling them things out of them mobile homes. Well, they're this high up above your head. You gotta get a ladder to work on them. Take them out, you unhook them and roll them out. Let them fall out. Can't get them down.
You should have the room you could put off your tailgate back right too. But now they're inside the master bedroom.
Yeah.
After in a closet.
Yep. Yeah. Them old ones that had the door on the outside, you had to lift off.
Thought she left.
Did he come in, someone come in, give a bid on that sign out there? Because someone come in and talk to
No,
you.
he came in, asked what was gonna be done.
Just resurface the concrete pole. They should be able to.
So,
Why? Yeah, people look at it, well, I don't know. If the concrete pole with a metal, with a, like aluminum wrapping all around the pole, it's almost like they poured the concrete in the middle of the wrapping.
set up the outer shell of it.
Poured the concrete. Yeah. The sign right up.
Ain't it hexagon looking shape?
Yep. Yeah. I was trying to get prices for redoing it. The metal peeling off, wait for someone to cut themselves on it.
Yeah,
I figured somebody that does these guttering or something could wrap that, make it look nice somehow.
I don't know which way those signs.
And then they got two big steel rods that come out into the concrete. Mm. Get our new bench for down there yet? You know?
One for out front, it's done. The other one was broken in shipment, so they're redoing.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
They're shipping, is it concrete?
well, it's kind of a, it's like the pedals
Yeah,
that have been epoxy.
yeah. Oh,
No, nobody wants to handle anything.
was it 800, 1200? I can't remember. Yeah, close for a bench. Daryl, did you not see where they opened up the Hawk Chevrolet building again with a car lot inside?
I did not.
Thursday night, I was coming back from Fort Wood. Me and the wife, we coming down Missouri Avenue, and there was fire trucks everywhere in the Fields property, ambulance,
Okay.
everybody there.
Okay, I missed, but yeah, I knew about the vehicle that went into the field store.
He didn't go in. He went 30 feet in it.
Right, you were saying Chevrolet. I was thinking.
Well, that's where the Chevrolet building was.
I'm
That was
sorry,
their,
I know it is Fields Hardware.
that was the showroom, right where he at, right where he was. It was a showroom. I well, that's a vehicle in there. I was talking to the fireman that lived by me. He told me what happened. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I guess that guy went the wrong way up the road before he turned in there.
I'm assuming that you may have inside information. I'm assuming we're dealing with drug.
No, he wasn't drunk. Close, but he wasn't drunk.
Okay. I actually was expecting to find something upstairs in case of that, but it hasn't been charged, haven't come through yet.
I mean, he drove way in that building. He was still sitting in the car when Al drove him.
Apparently at the time the person went 300.
Didn't know where he was at.
Into Lynch's furniture.
Just came to the house.
The irony is he managed to avoid most of the furniture. He went down the aisle.
This one came up over out the wrong way and then the
To the left.
broke the glass way at the end of the building. Yeah, broke the glass on the right side too. They used cardboard to cover that one. That'll be good in a couple of days.
I guess he managed to prove the building is more solid than some people thought it was. Maybe somebody will buy it now that it's proven it won't fall down.
I think it's gotta come down.
Imagine being the realtor, buy our building, cars can even drive through it and it doesn't damage it.
Superior glass.
There was big glass.
Or the
Those
glass.
were big panes of glass that shattered in that thing.
The only thing holding it
And the
up.
brick, all the brick broke perfect.
I didn't see it going.
It was just-
Well, they coyote couldn't make a better outline.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, I just made you go, I just couldn't figure out how that happened until the next day. They told me, like,
What have you heard on how it happened?
I can't say.
Nothing.
I haven't seen anything yet in case then. Are we dealing with something that's gonna have charges? Or are we dealing with the
I don't know if they
diet?
charged them or not. What did I do?
Okay,
Not for long here.
okay. Our local law enforcement, well, obviously, if we get a CNI citation, somebody who's having a diabetic shock, they usually don't.
No. I mean, we've had people that drove through AT&T, Sunshine, drove over our bench down here. They just panic and think they're hitting the brake and hit the gas. This one drove up the road, turning it wrong way up the road, then turning in.
don't cry, it'll be all right. Oh, I want to,
The rain coming, you only got about 3.5, 4 inches coming. That's it.
yeah.
As if it all comes in one time.
Just 3.5, 4 inches, yeah, great.
I just shake my head. People go, oh, you're in the springtime, so even if they do come out and get it kind of decent, it's good. Wait a week, it'll change.
Yeah,
The
I really
next storm
don't,
that comes through is going to take it out again.
I really don't care about the flowers in May, needing April's rain.
Water your own
I
flowers.
really don't care about that.
April showers bring
May,
May road problems.
yeah, that,
Here's that. Blower.
Oh, the headache going down there.
Yeah.
No neat.
Here's that. Blower working.
Could you go fix the dust? Looks like they got a dust problem on that road.
Yeah.
I'll be dying.
And you go to a commissioner's conference and they're trying to sell you stuff to control the dust. It's gonna last till the next rain. Then you're back, yeah. I've seen about everything at these conferences. Just
What I said.
you go here sometime middle of the night tonight. There you go.
I,
Those
yeah,
leaves will disappear tomorrow.
got cold 3 times on Easter Sunday.
Well,
It don't stop. It's got to go.
are you on the page for the,
I don't think,
Facebook, it comes to me.
uh,
It comes to me.
it blew up here a while back, storm, but I already knew who the first people were gonna,
yeah,
What was that? I didn't hear.
on the Facebook page after a storm, people start sending in their problems they come up with. Spring Road. So that Misty Mountain's pretty decent other than that one little spot on top of the hill. There's a spot up there that's probably 75 yards long. Then it's back to nice again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something to it to hold it over.
It
Next
must be
year.
a flat area where you can't get the water off of it or something.
Yeah, next year it's gonna get some asphalt work done up in there.
Yeah, it goes blacktop to gravel to asphalt to gravel.
It's a patch quilt down through there. It needs to tie all tied in together, fix it.
That's where they put the gravel over the asphalt.
Yeah.
I remember when they did that, I'm like. Hmm?
Get your personal disclosure statement done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my confirmation, put in file.
I did too. We still need to get that other thing done. And they,
When it slows down a little bit, we'll sit over there and watch it.
rain the rest of the week.
Yeah.
When you got time to do that?
And maybe Thursday after the meeting. Watch
During COVID, we didn't have a meeting either. They told me down there, well, that was after I watched half of it. I'm like, this was last year. Cause I remember the meetings. Some of them, I mean, you can't be at all of them. They're gonna force you to look at all of them when you only gotta pick one per. It popped up FEMA. I was like, I got to watch it, it seemed like I could hear me. I'm like, signed it, fill it in. They sent me my certificate. Well, they videotape every year. Make the video for
Makes sense.
What do you think, Doug? Should we call it? I'll make a motion, Gene.
Also,
all in favor?
Aye.